Guys, have you ever wondered why Android 16 was never revived? After all, we saw that he was a fundamental character at the end of Cell, and nowadays he would be a great help for Gohan himself to master his beast form. So let's talk about that, the return of Android 16. But first, leave your like. Let's hit 1,000 likes so I can continue bringing more videos like this, and of course subscribe to the channel too. Well said, let's get started. Guys, Bulma is certainly one of the ways that can bring Android 16 back to life in Dragon Ball. But first of all, why would she do that? A good reason for Bulma to want to revive Android 16 could be a combination of feelings of remorse and redemption. She could feel guilty about his death during the previous events and believe that bringing him back would be a way to make amends for past mistakes. Additionally, she could see Android 16's potential as a valuable ally in protecting the world from future threats, especially considering her strong connection to nature and her desire to preserve life. Reviving him could also be a way to honor his friend's memory and ensure that his sacrifice was not in vain. Another plausible reason would be for Bulma to revive Android 16 specifically for Gohan due to the emotional connection between the two. Considering that Gohan developed a deep bond with Android 16 during previous events, reviving his friend could be a way to provide comfort and support to Gohan after the traumatic loss. Furthermore, Bulma could recognize that Android 16 played a crucial role in motivating and strengthening Gohan during previous battles, making him a stabilizing and inspiring presence in her life. By bringing back Android 16, Bulma could be acting in the interest of Gohan's emotional well-being, helping him overcome his grief and find renewed determination to face future challenges. And the final reason for Bulma to revive Android 16 could be a new enemy in need of reinforcements in an imminent battle. If a new enemy emerged, an even greater threat than those previously faced, Bulma could recognize the importance of having all resources available to face this new threat. Considering Android 16 was a powerful warrior with unique abilities and an intrinsic connection to nature, his presence could be crucial in turning the tide against the new enemy. Furthermore, if the new enemy posed a threat to life on Earth or the planet's natural balance, Bulma might consider reviving Android 16 as a measure to protect the world she loves. His strong connection with nature and his desire to preserve life could make him a valuable ally in this fight. Thus, Bulma could see Android 16's resurgence as a necessary tactical strategy to face the new enemy and protect not only her loved ones, but also the future of Earth. Anyway, back to the initial question. But how would she bring him back? It's simple. There are two ways. One being, if Bulma went looking for information, she could find something from Dr. Gero, and with the instructions and records she could recreate Android 16. But who is Dr. Gero? Dr. Gero, also known as Android 20. Dr. Gero, an evil scientist, built Android 16 as part of his plan to get revenge on the Z Fighters. Here is an overview of how he was built. Design and creation. Dr. Gero designed Android 16 as part of a series of androids created to destroy the Z Fighters, especially Goku. Android 16's design is notable for its rugged appearance and peaceful nature, which sets it apart from other, more violent androids created by Dr. Gero. Technological components. Like other androids in the series, Android 16 is built with advanced technology, including durable materials and complex mechanical systems that grant him superhuman strength and durability. Power source. Android 16 is powered by an internal power source, which allows him to operate without the need for food or rest, much like other androids in the series. Programming and personality. A unique characteristic of Android 16 is his peaceful personality and aversion to violence. Unlike other androids built by Dr. Gero, who are programmed to destroy, Android 16 was programmed with a conscience of his own and a strong inclination to protect nature and life. Combat capabilities. Despite his peaceful nature, Android 16 is equipped with impressive combat abilities, including superhuman strength, endurance, and powerful energy attacks. He is a formidable war machine when provoked. The other serious way with Bulma could be to use her time machine to travel to the past and obtain information about the construction of androids. Be watching Dr. Gero and taking advantage of a specific moment to get the complete data, or talking to him trying to deceive or persuade him. Bulma is intelligent and could think of different ways, whether even as a threat, remembering that such events from this past will possibly not affect my time, but why wouldn't that happen? An example is Future Trunks. Contrary to what many think, Future Trunks and the Little Trunks we know in the normal Dragon Ball timeline are two different characters. Basically, Future Trunks is a version that originates in an alternative future that was modified by the events that happened between Cell and the androids. Future Trunks returned to the past to stop the androids and Cell from destroying planet Earth. Although he managed to avoid the worst, his future was not altered. Instead, a kind of parallel reality was created, an alternative future. In other words, despite technically being the same person, Future Trunks and Little Trunks lived completely different lives, ending up making them two different characters. As we said, Future Trunks comes from a distant future where Cell managed to make planet Earth a real hell. He was then trained by Future Gohan, becoming a Super Saiyan and an excellent swordsman. This training was essential for him to be able to return to the past, having a level of power high enough to face the androids. Future Gohan's training ended up being reflected in his personality, as Future Trunks is a polite, super serious, and very cautious guy. Future Trunks ended up returning years later in the Goku Black saga in Dragon Ball Super. Just like what happened with Cell, Goku Black also managed to spread chaos in the alternative future. However, this time it was the Z Warriors who traveled to this alternative reality, helping Future Trunks neutralize Goku Black and later his partner Zamasu. Unfortunately, things ended up not going well for Future Trunks, as Zamasu's essence had already contaminated that reality, and Future Zeno was forced to destroy that version of the future. Future Trunks was, however, one of the 3 survivors, living in another version of the future. Fun fact: Future Trunks is very close to Mai and saved her life on several occasions, and the opposite has also happened. When Trunks thought that Mai had died after an attack from Goku Black, he became furious and his power level increased drastically. Fortunately, he later discovered that Mai had survived, eventually restoring her powers with a seed from the gods. Trunks' differences in his future and present versions were addressed by Toyotaro himself, Akira Toriyama's assistant. It's worth remembering, Future Trunks grew up in a very different reality, which included Goku's death from heart disease and, mainly, the destruction of the world at the hands of androids 17 and 18. Future Trunks is a completely different character compared to present Trunks, so that's what makes it difficult to draw them. Their lives have been totally different. I would like readers to separate them. The responsibilities they have are not the same. And as we also saw at the end of his war, after Zeno destroyed Future Trunks' timeline to end Zamasu once and for all, the boy was allowed to live in another timeline where none of this happened, confirming once again that the timelines are different, meaning that Bulma only needs to go to a timeline that doesn't affect hers, thus still having the ability to meet with Dr. Gero or just steal or copy information from androids' creations. Without, this wreaks havoc on your timeline. Guys, with this we will end today's video. If you want to see more videos like this, leave a lot of likes on the video and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you another day, guys.